Hi, now this is the technical, horrible part, and some of it is really hard to grasp. I'm a person who, is always questions, which came first, the chicken or the egg. So, why they decided to name notes, and it usually goes from C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and not say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why? I don't know. I'm sure it's out there somewhere on the net that's really not relevant because we just have to accept that notes just are, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're the just are. Anyway, this is about reading music, so I'm going to show you diagrams that I have done. When you come across a sheet of music, you will see that the music has got 5 lines. This is called a staff, S-T-A-F-F, probably my pronunciation, and the staff has 5 lines, which there are 4 spaces in between. I have done a diagram for you up there in my corner. You can see that is a staff, and at the start of every line of music, so where the staffs are, you have is what is called a treble clef. Now, I'm not going to go into the meanings or anything. I'm just explaining what they are. So, if you can see down in the corner here, that funny thing is called a treble clef. And it usually, after that, it precedes your beats, how many beats. But we'll get into that later. Now, remember I told you that notes are from C to C. I have drawn on the staff, which remember is 5 lines, where notes go. Now, it's easy to remember that on the lines, it's E, G, B, D, F. You would have heard of the saying, every good boy deserves fruit. So if you remember every good boy deserves fruit, you'll note that on those lines of the staff is where those notes go. And in between are the other notes. So I have drawn for you, and I will put it over here so you can see what I mean. So it's D and then E. So D's in the space underneath that line. E's on the line, a note there. F is in the space in between E and G because G is on the line. A is in the space, B is on the line, and so forth. So if you see a note on the bottom line, you will note that it is E. So you have to sing an E note. And I will show you at the end of this where this is in relativity to a piano, because that's probably your best reference point with notes. Anyway, we have notes. What do notes look like? Have you seen funny little squiggles like that? Well, that's what a note looks like. Now, these are basic note values. These over here, are called 4-quarter notes. So each note 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have over here what you might see. It's a note, but it's not been coloured in. It remains, like see-through, for want of a better word. And they're 2 half notes. So each note 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Then you have a 1 whole note, which just looks like a big 0 kind of thingy on its side, and it's for 1, 2, 3, 4, that note. Then we have what's called dotted half notes. Now, a dotted half note is usually a note. I will show you what I mean. and it represents 3/4. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you down the bottom so you can see what I mean. I'll hold it out a little bit. So all it is a beat of 2 plus the the quarter note plus the half note. The beat of 1 plus the 1, 2 gives you 3/4, right? Do you understand? I'm sorry if you don't. I will show you more if you come across the values of the notes. So in other words, that circle I showed you, I'll show you up here, and then we'll get to rest. So this one is you hold a note for longer, and as you go further the other way, it's shorter, it's quicker, faster. So we have a whole note, half note. I haven't put it in the 3/4 one, the dotted ones. I've just put them in, just simple in quarters. So we have, because it's all broken up into quarters. And again, don't ask me why. This is as technical as we are going to get. Then you have, in music sheets, you'll come to some strange symbols and you'll wonder what they are. And they actually mean take a break. No, so they're, if you're singing, you don't sing that note. And this is what they look like down the bottom there. So we have an equivalent to like the whole. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, you hold, and as you get along, it's a quicker or shorter break. I am really sorry if this is so complicated for you. I have got a website that you can have a look at, which I'm coming up in a minute. So we're going back to those basic quarter notes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can then break them up into, like, each one into halves and quarters and so forth. And I have done it for you up the top there, and you'll see what I mean. And then down here is the website that I recommend, and I will read it out for you. So if you want to know a bit more about how to read music, more than what I am telling you, where I went to was musicnotes.com/now NOW/tips/how-read-sheet-music. I'll try and show you again. Down the bottom, that is where I got mine from. Now, I have shown you those. I'm just trying to find 5. Now, what does that all mean? Remember, I said that the best point of reference is to look at your piano, with the C, D, E. And so your piano looks something like that. You notice that there are 3 black keys, and then there'll be a break followed by 2 black keys in your white ivories, followed by 3. And there is middle C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's an octave, 8 notes. Now, if you want to, you can, if you've got a little organ, it's the same thing, and you want to learn to sing to scales, this is a good diagram for you to practice. So you could practice here, singing up the scale as you go up and down. But that's if you are into technical stuff and you want to sound on perfect pitch, you want to sound like that piano, like I showed you, because a piano has to sound like a piano. A piano has to be in tune. But if you want to practice scales for your warm-up, you can. And that's where, you know, the sound of music, you see here, you see is do, a deer, a female deer, and it goes on. It's do, la, mi, so, fa, re, ti, do, as you might recall from school. And that is about as technical as I'm going to get. I'm just going to briefly show you everything again so you can have a quick look. That is, so your sheet of music comes in 5 lines with a treble clef. Oh, that's what I haven't shown you is beats. I'm sorry about that. So that's here. When you have your 5 lines and your treble clef, you'll normally have a number beside it. So that's 4 beats in 4. And these are the common types of beats. And you have, each number tells you how many beats per bar. Simple rock is 4 bass, or it could be 16, but it's, you know, things of 4. A march is usually 3 bass. Now I've done a little exercise for you down here, and I want you, first, remember I said you had 5 lines of staff? Well, after the 5 lines, after you've met your, whatever your time signature is here, so you've met your 4th, you then put in a line, and that's called a bar. So that first one there is a bar. So anyway, what I want you to do is in the second bar, I want you to tell me what notes they are and how many, whether they are quarter beats, so whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, how long you hold that for. And just to give you a hint again, so that's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I've listed the notes there, and I want you to guess these ones here in the second bar. And just to give you a hint again, I will show you the value of roughly, that will help you tremendously with the value of notes. And I will show you once again where each note lies. So with the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you should be able to get it. So it's, remember on the lines, every good boy deserves fruit. So the notes on the lines are E for every, G for good, B for boy, D for deserves, F for fruit. And they're on the lines, and the other notes are in the spaces. So once again, your homework is to just do, sorry, the second bar there, guess the notes and the beats. And if you can do that, you've just got a very simple understanding of notes. And as I gave you a website for more information, so in your own time, if you want to get technical, you can, because it is not my job. I am not going to be teaching from now on how to read music, how many beats in music. I'm not going to get a song and say, this is E, G, F or whatever, and this has got so many beats. It's up to you if you want to read music to go and investigate. My teaching is going to be teaching from the soul singing. But I just wanted to be technical for this lesson, just to show you the very basics of reading music, because you can't just do that from a soul perspective. That is technical, and it doesn't matter whether you're a classical or modern day or whatever. An A note is an A note. The beats don't change. The way the music's written doesn't change. So if you want to compose songs with music like that, you need to know how to write notes. You need to know how to write the beats. You need to know everything. But as I said, I am not teaching. I'm not telling you to go get a piano and we're going to do scales, from the C, because that is classical teaching. And as I've told you before, I am not a classical teacher. So we are going to be doing completely different exercises. But I'm going to leave it for this weekend because this is my third kind of singing thing I've put out there. And I don't really want to do this really quickly. So I'm going to look at where we will go from here. It may be, as I said, doing exercises with pronunciation, or we may look at self-confidence. Both are equally important, and then we will explore as we go along. Thanks for watching, guys. Love to you all. I'll put out other videos over the week. The singing ones will wait for a little while because as I said, I don't want to hurry it. And you can just watch me being random. And I just really appreciate you guys. Please, if you know someone who wants to learn how to sing, please, I beg you, get them to watch my videos, because maybe just having a look from a different perspective may just help. One day I will teach you how to be creative. This is really what it's about, creative singing. Love you. Bye.